Good morning. Well, I guess it's time to tell a story about what happened at the jail with Sam. And yeah, there's a lot of misinformation out there, so hopefully we'll clear some of this up. And this is from my perspective. So, anyways, where should I start? Well, let's start at the beginning. Sam got locked up in jail here at the beginning of the summer. Kind of try to low-key help the guy a little bit with things like jump starting his car, bringing him lunch, really silly things. Didn't give him any money. Don't want to support that. But anyways, I kind of low-key helped Sam, and in response for that, he's done things like stand up in court in front of me and point and make false charges that I internet stalk him. So publicly he's tried to remove my freedom. I see videos where he goes out and telling he's doing police reports of things like me selling drugs, false, me hiring hitmen from the dark web, insane. So driving around trying to find my house. So those are some of the little things that I've been dealing with from my perspective anyways. I have a guy I tried to help coming to my town, and now he's trying to remove my freedom. So that's kind of the background. Doglips was supposed to get out of jail on Thursday. I think it was December 16th. So I'm responsible for his stuff. They didn't know when he was going to get out. So I figured it'd be prudent to get the truck out before 5 o'clock. So when he got out, the place wouldn't be closed and he'd be able to have a vehicle the day he got out. So I went and got his vehicle and parked it across the street from the sheriff's station on that day. So I get home and I'm going to wait for Doglips' call because I'm going to go and give him, I know other people know this, that I have his stuff. I have his keys, I have his wallet, I have his phone. So he needs all those things. So when he got out of jail, I was going to meet him, get him in his truck, get him on his way. So far, so good. When I get home, my girlfriend says, maybe you want to watch this. So what it is, I guess what it was Sam was driving around Crescent City saying he's going to look for my vehicle at the courthouse. Well, that struck me as a little funny because I thought there was some kind of, what I want to say, a truce, because I heard Sam was so paranoid. And I said, listen, I'm not going to mess with Sam at all if he just stays out of my business. If he leaves me alone, I won't mess with him. And I didn't. I left him alone. He hasn't gotten messed with, so he's been left alone. And I thought, let Sam do what Sam does. Stay out of my way, Sam. So that's where I'm at this. So I didn't think, that's not cool. He's out there looking for my car. And then I look on the TV screen and there's Sam at the jail with a video camera recording, the sheriff's station waiting for Doglips to get out of jail so they can get some content for the Sam and Tally show. So as I'm watching this, I'm thinking, this doesn't look real good. He was probably parked 20 feet from Doglips' truck. Sam has taken out a no contact order, which I believe is both ways. So where was this going to go? Could have this went bad in any way with Tally leading Sam around by the nose on a live stream? How did that go last time with Doglips? So how do you think it was going to go this time? He has a no contact order. He's parked 20 feet from his truck. They're filming it, and they want to get all this on video. So number one, I'm not going to be part of your content, Tally and Sam show. I'm not going to be on your bullshit. You understand that? I'm not going to be in the video frames when you guys do your hijinks. And it's not like, nothing's gone south before when this kind of shit happens. And I don't think you understand how fucked up Doglips is right now. He does not need your help, Sam. He does not need your vodka or anything else. You need to leave him alone. Okay? You need to stay away from him. Number one. So when I saw this all going down, I said, this is bullshit. I'm not going to let this happen. I'm going to diffuse the situation because it only can get worse. I called the sheriff. Absolutely 100%. I called the sheriff and told them what was going on. Now, the misinformation is that this was some kind of swatting thing. Absolutely not. No swatting. I told them the situation. I told them they were on video. I told them that Sam is on parole. I told them that he was the guy that the reason that Dog Lips was in jail, and he's out there filming this, and this doesn't seem like it's going to end well. So at that point, will I do that again? 100% of the time. Like I told you before, I will do everything I can legally to protect myself and my family and my business. That's going to happen, and I'm not going to be part of these guys' bullshit. Okay, so let's get that straight. So I did call the sheriff. Well, after that, I don't know, things kind of went south. It didn't go well for Sam. I didn't like to see what happened. That was horrible. But from what I've gathered after that, what they did is they pulled up his records. And Sam, when you make threats like I'm going to do suicide by cop by police, which you have done, that stays on your record, and that's going to be on your record. So every time they pull up your file, they're going to see that. And so from everything I've gathered, the dispatcher felt obligated to let the other police know what you have done. And yes, you can't, it's not like the other women that you try to do where you make threats and then you apologize and that's all over. No, that's going to be on your record. Every time your name gets called, they know it's you, it's going to come up that you threatened suicide by cop. That's where that came from. So where are we at? So we went out of hand. The police did not handle that well in my book. I was expecting a sheriff to walk across the street, come and say, would you please leave the area? It's not, here's the situation. You have there's a no contact order. There's a guy getting out of jail. He's very feeble. We don't need him being on YouTube, which by the way, Sam, you think you've got this big thing where you were swatted and you were always right. You did not get swatted. And you're going to have to explain to your PO why you were there. So let's get that straight. So after all that video went down and I saw some of the, I can understand why you think it was swatted because that's what the police said. That was misinformation. How is that misinformation? Well, I went and talked to the chief of police. We had a long sit down. I'm not in jail because I did nothing wrong. He said, you did nothing wrong. The thing got out of hand because when it kind of freaked them out a little bit when they saw they were on live on YouTube. They didn't know what was going on from a guy who was threatened to have suicide by cops. That's all on you, Sam. That's your record. That's what you do. So when it got out of control at that point, it got out of hand. But the swatting was on Sam because Sam swatted himself by putting that out there, that he's willing to do suicide by cop. That is on record. Nothing to do with me. So I made a legitimate phone call to the police about this situation, trying to diffuse it, and I will do it again if it comes up again. So this whole idea of swatting is pure bullshit, and get over it because that didn't happen. So anyways, what else do I got to say about this? So yeah, I will absolutely do it again 100% of the time. If you're Sam, if you're driving around my streets or if you're waiting for me somewhere, which you were doing, you knew I was going to take him his stuff. And if you for some reason you think, oh, his truck wasn't there, it's in the video that you shot. So I saw it. So people can go back and look. It will be on camera from the thing. But Dog Lips' truck was there. You were next to it, and you were waiting for him, and you were filming it. And you were going to film me. You don't have my permission to do that. So will I do this again? Absolutely. I strongly suggest, Sam. See, here's the deal. You make illegal charges. I've never internet stalked you. I've never sold you drugs, and I've never hired hitmen from the dark web. So you make false charges. All I did was make a correct charge, and the chief of police 100% agreed with me, 100% assured me I've done nothing wrong. So this whole idea you're going to go listen to the tapes and figure how it is, they know who it is. It's me. It's me. And for all you fuckers who think this guy's he's not a good guy. He needs medication. He needs help. And he probably shouldn't be on YouTube. I think most people who watch this and know what's going on knows that this guy shouldn't be on YouTube doing this it's not healthy for him. It doesn't help him. It hasn't gotten him anywhere except where he is, which is not in a good spot. And when let me go back to Tally dragging him around his nose. How wise was it for Tally to say, point the camera at them when the guns were pointed at Sam? Who has Sam's best fucking interest in heart? What about when he's telling him don't comply with the officers? for his entertainment, for that sick fucker's entertainment. And bullshit. I'm done with it. You're not going to see me on any videos, on any panels. You guys kind of got a sick community, and I'm not going to deal with it anymore. So here it is, what it is. You don't need to blame anybody else. You can do all your FOIA you want. In fact, I hope somebody gets the phone call, because they will see that I never mentioned anything about him committing suicide by cop. I made a legitimate call. That's the way it is. You probably won't ever hear from me again, but that's the deal. Sam, you want to keep playing? I suggest you don't. I suggest you keep my name out of your mouth and you stay away from me as much as possible, and things will be okay for you. But if you start fucking with me, I will use the law in my favor every time. You understand that? Every time.